Yo, what is up guys, Leoric here. Today I'm going to be talking about the lovely subject of loot boxes and how everybody loves them. Okay, first off, what is a loot box? The basic way to describe what a loot box is, it's a random reward you get for paying a bit of money or earning enough experience within a game. Very similar to, like, for example, a slot machine. It's a randomly generated prize you get. Very similar. Some people argue that it's different. Yeah, I personally think they're too close, but I will get to that near the end of the video. Okay, why do gaming companies use loot boxes within their games? Okay, if a gaming company, after they release a game, nowadays they say they need to, I'm doing quotation marks, some don't, because there's no game value in a game. They say they need to. The marketers within the business, the business guy behind a gaming company convinces everyone, or most of the time he convinces himself because he owns it, that a loot box is a very profitable item to have in the game, which is very true. Some of these games like EA and stuff, they're making mad amount of money from loot boxes, even more than the actual worth of the game. A lot of the time. Me personally, I don't go near loot boxes. The only loot boxes I get are the ones in Battlegrounds or Overwatch. You get them from playing the game enough. You get experience in Overwatch that unlocks a loot box. Battlegrounds, you get points that you can unlock a loot box. The more times you do it, the more expensive a loot box gets, and the better prizes get. That's the free way of doing it. You can put money into these games to get the item, which a lot of people do. Majority of games use cosmetics in these items. Cosmetics don't do much to give you an advantage in a game. Sometimes you can argue that it will be camouflage in, say, Battlegrounds, but majority of the time there's no advantage from having cosmetics. Now, there are companies that will put some sort of buff within a loot box that is very rare to get, and you have to spend a lot of time or a lot of money to get them. I think it was EA was doing the same within their games, and it gets to the point where the odds of getting the item is so hard to do. You got to spend a lot of money to do it, and it's just not worth it. Personally, I don't think it's worth it. But it's good for a gaming company. This allows them to continue developing that product and paying their employees and keeping that game running for a longer time. It can be bad because there's no monetizing this, like kids are doing this. And it's a form of gambling technically. So it should be illegal, but then again, it's a game. So it's not, but you're not getting any money, but you are gambling for an item within a game. Gray area with it being legal. Now, problem with getting rid of loot boxes is the money side. Companies make a lot of money from loot boxes. This is why I cannot see it. I personally cannot see it going away. There are certain things you can say that are other forms of monetization within games. For example, you could have subscription behind your game. I don't like the sound of the subscription because I don't spend money in these loot boxes anyway. A lot of people don't. A subscription model will not work for me. It will not work for the majority of people. Another way that probably is the most best way I see it, but it is a loss of money for a company, will just sell the items as part. Like, you can just buy like the cosmetic or the buff you want from the game. This is where games start to come into pay to win if there is buffs. That's why it has to stick to cosmetics, and there's a big loss of revenue compared to loot boxes. Loot boxes, you have to do it so many times before you get that item. Okay, for example, £1 a go, and the item might cost £10 for you to buy it. If it was to sell, it'll probably take you more than 10 goes to get that item. So they are losing money. There is a loss of revenue. That is the problem with it. There's not much ways you can actually beat loot boxes out right now without a subscription. Microtransaction that you can actually buy the item. Well, that's all I can think of. It's just those two ways. Personally, the only way it'll probably match up if there's a subscription model within a game, but that turns people off. Subscription models do not work for majority of people. I think subscription models will not work in this instance, especially if it's a game like Overwatch or Battlegrounds. If there's a subscription, the audience would not be there as much, because there's not much content to it, so they'd have to add more in the game. Like, say, World of Warcraft, that's very content heavy. Loads of story, loads of lore, and loads of hours you can put into it. My personal opinion on loot boxes is, You cannot implement a loot box system that could make the game a pay to win. It all has to be cosmetics. And even then, you still got to add some sort of security against like kids playing this, or people that are not in the right mindset to be playing loot boxes. Some people have a very addictive personality and they should not be playing this. So that's my thing. That's my take into it. You should definitely have more control. It has to be watched a lot more and more regulated than, I cannot say regulated. I think I said it right. It should be more regulated compared to not having a loot box system. Right now there's no regulation. There has to be law for it. I think it should either get completely banned or regulated to the point where you have to be over 18 to play this game because they got loot boxes. However, this is a discussion. I'd like to know what you guys think about loot boxes. And if you guys have a very good point with it, like what could overtake a loot box, because these games now need, well, they say they need, I'm putting quotation marks in the air, they need a way of monetizing the game after the game comes out, and there's no taking that away. That's the only problem with loot boxes, is they're there because they've implemented microtransactions and they implemented loot boxes, and now that they make that much revenue, the only way it will go is if it gets banned. There's another way of them making money, or it's really regulated. Those are the only three ways it can be sorted. There's no other way around it. I don't see it getting banned. I know there's like a whole court case with it, but I personally don't see it getting banned. But yeah, I'd like to know what you guys think. Do you guys think loot boxes will get banned? Is it something I completely missed? Or am I completely wrong? Loot boxes are great. They're the best thing ever. I would really like to know. But if you guys have enjoyed this video, found it entertaining in any way, please hit that subscribe button. My name is Leoric, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Later.